Welcome to Trilogy Time. New Line Cinema presents, as well with ADG's production, The Lord of the Rings Trilogy Time. Yes, we are reviewing my favorite trilogy ever. I love this trilogy. Basically we're here on my computer. Yes, all here. Even the mouse will appear sometimes. Okay. Fellowship of the Ring, which is the one that's currently on the black screen. Here it is. The Lord of the Rings. Fellowship of the Ring. Now, this movie was on 2001. Basically the year I was born. So this movie is about 18 years old already. It's incredible that this is 18 years old. And it looks even better than many films that are today. Now, when I actually got to see The Lord of the Rings was about in 2007 when my aunt was watching it on the TV. So I immediately loved it, with these medieval battles and all that, fantasy settings. I mean, look at the Dark Lord himself. I just absolutely knew that I loved this. And yeah, I wasn't actually allowed to see them because, well, since I grew up in a religious family, those sorts of things were like, oh no. When I actually managed to see this movie, I was about 12 to 13 years old, because I got the game, the Lego game, Lego Lord of the Rings, which also brought a movie with it. So I obviously got to see the Fellowship of the Ring, which is this one, and I love this. I mean, I love this scene with the elves running at them. Viggo Mortensen was a great addition to this movie. Yeah, it's a great movie. I really loved it. By the way, the thing about this movie which makes it so great for me is because it comes from this amazing storyteller who is Tolkien. And by the way, if you didn't know, Tolkien grabbed elements from the Bible, since I believe he was Christian or Catholic. He was Protestant or Catholic, one of the two, and he took elements from the Bible. Oh my god, it's lagging from my... And basically added them into this movie. Series of books. Now, the characters. Well, our dear friend Frodo right here. These guys, Frodo, Gandalf, every single one of these people were great in the movie. I wouldn't have possibly seen them as anyone else because they look so amazing. We have our dear friend. He was also, Elijah Wood was also in the movie 9, which I absolutely love. And yeah, it's one of those people that once they become a character, you immediately love them. By the way, Gandalf is the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Now, who is my favorite character of them all? I mean, we have the whole Fellowship, Boromir, poor Sean Bean, who always dies in his movies, except for Troy, strangely, where almost everyone died of the main cast, except for him. Nonetheless, I would say that Gandalf is my favorite character of this movie, of the actual Fellowship of the Rings, which could be summarized into this. No, I won't talk about the villain like I did on the Kung Fu Panda, because unlike Kung Fu Panda, we have the same villain for these 3 movies, with a bit of side characters, which is Saruman, who is the side character. the side villain, I should say. Here we have him. And yeah, Saruman, great kiss, Christopher Lee, great performance, very good thing. And yeah, the main villain Saruman, but the Balrog was very cool. Saruman is a very cool villain. Count Dooku, yeah, and I have to say, the favorites of the three, I would say the Balrog because of his design. But also, our boy Aragorn. Oh man, this man Viggo Mortensen is great. Oh, there's Lord Eddard Stark. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's such an amazing to see all these actors who have been in other great movies and series. Just great. So I really loved the Fellowship of the Ring. And this is the favorite scene, the one from the memes. One does not simply walk into Mordor. This is definitely my favorite scene of the entire movie. Not just because of the memes, but because it's such a great movie when they all join forces to go and to walk. And the Lord of the Rings has been an inspiration for me, for helping me write things. And yeah, that's basically it. It's a great inspiration. I really love this. So let's jump in to the Two Towers. Now, guys, we are on the Two Towers. I have to say this movie is great. It's a solid sequel, I have to say. It's a very solid sequel, which had a very great opening scene, which was Gandalf killing the Balrog, which was incredible, and saw him feel alive again. But it also had, like, these elements. We have Sam and Frodo on their own. We have Merry and Pippin being held by Uruks. We have the 2.5 men, Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. And they are basically trying to get their all paths together. And what I have to say from this movie, it's very good. Apart from what I'm obviously gonna get copyrighted all this video and probably be taken down. Probably, I don't know. These two guys made it to Third Age Total War, which was amazing also. This is basically me every single morning. Wait, never mind. Okay. Characters in this movie are great, but I have to say that the character who takes it's Legolas. Legolas is my favorite character on this movie because he is incredible. And we will talk about this. The main villain of this movie is actually Saruman, which is kind of crazy. And also crazy that this movie came a year after Fellowship. So this movie came out in 2002. 2002. It's incredible. I have to say that also the extended version of this movie is a lot better than the theatrical version. I really like the extended movie because it has so much more into it. And apart from that, this is the theatrical version. And I really like the theatrical... Goodness me, I can't even speak. Theatrical version. Jesus. This is a very solid movie. I really enjoy this movie. And also this part of the movie, I believe that Viggo actually hit himself very hard. And that actual pain, I don't know if you can hear the music in the background because somebody just put some music in the background. But yeah, I would have to say that my favorite scene of the entire movie is basically this: the entire Battle of Helm's Deep. It's such an incredible battle. I mean, it's one of my favorite battles in film history. In all the films I've seen, this one is the one that takes the cake as my favorite. Including this part, it's one of my most favorite scenes. Those orcs numbingly just going there. Ah, such an amazing thing. And the entire scene, this entire battle just was incredible. Yeah, I loved this entire movie. Let's jump in with The Return of the King. Ah, yes. Return of the King. A great movie as well. All these movies are great. The bromance between Legolas and Gimli is off the charts. But yeah, look at Aragorn with the swag. Yeah. This movie was amazing, and it had various great moments. Characters that I love, obviously. Samwise Gamgee is the GOAT of this movie. If it wasn't for Sam, Frodo would have been completely doomed on Mount Doom. Yeah! Loving these jokes. Yeah, but other than that, great moments of the film are this: when Gandalf is running to get to Minas Tirith. It's a great moment. Yeah, I love this. It's a great moment in this movie. I loved. Check this out. Boom! Beautiful moment. The Battle of Gilead was amazing. I have to say, it was a very well scene. I loved the scene very much, and various moments of it, like this one. Yeah, the final battle. I mean, no CGI here, just amazing things. I love this. And this was awesome. Like, not gonna lie, one of the great moments of this film was the great CGI and makeup and things of this scene. It was incredible. The entire siege of Gondor, of Minas Tirith, was done beautifully. Look at these shots. It's amazing. I mean, this whole battle was one of the moments. But now it comes one of the toughest things for me, which is to say which one I thought was better. Who gets the golden badge, the silver badge, and the bronze badge. Now, please note that even if one of these movies gets the bronze badge, doesn't mean that I think it's a bad movie. All three movies are great in their own way. But I have to say that The Two Towers was a very solid movie, which could have won the gold one, but I have to give the gold one to Return of the King. Return of the King was the better of the three movies. It was incredible, and I just saw something weird with Gimli. Poor Gimli. The extra for Gimli, I didn't realize he was there. And this movie just brought us this great moment here. Aragorn running into them, and the two hobbits running into battle. Was such an amazing thing. The second spot will obviously be for The Two Towers. Also, I forgot to mention that The Return of the King is from 2003. So basically, these all these 3 movies came in a row. But yeah, I have to say that Two Towers get the silver symbol. It's a great movie. I really enjoyed the Battle of Helm's Deep, but I have to say that it's one of the few memorable moments of the film. I mean, the film was awesome. It had many memorable moments, but this main huge battle was like the only focus points at a moment, and even though it was great, I loved this movie, and obviously that means that the Fellowship of the Ring gets the bronze symbol. Not because it's bad, but I felt it was a bit slow paced for me, but because it was obviously setting up everyone. And yeah, great stuff. So overall character, favorite character overall of all the movies. I would say that my favorite character of all 3 movies would have to be Aragorn, because he's a badass. And that's it. Scores is Return of the King gets the gold one, Two Towers get the silver one, and the Fellowship gets the bronze one. All 3 movies are very solid movies. I really enjoyed them. And if you want me to cover The Hobbit, please let me know, and I will do it. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.